Joint practice in rainy Chicago. Didn't necessarily go our way today from what I've heard. We're going to recap the joint practice with the Chicago Bears and a little look ahead at Saturday's preseason game coming up next on Big Play Cincy.
It's showtime, baby. Yeah, the boys are ready to go. Cincinnati, you know. Them boys about to flow. Grab a garage beer, let's go. It's you and Bang go. Yeah, big play, Cincy show. Yeah, big play, Cincy show. Yeah.
What is up, Cincinnati and the surrounding area? Welcome to the show. You'll notice my backdrop is a little different tonight. I am traveling. I'm in, unfortunately, Michigan.
Great state.
Yeah, I got to be honest. When I got here, I wanted to hate it and the people. Everyone has been very nice, and it's gorgeous. So I know we have a lot of Buckeye fans, but I hate to break it to you. This is a gorgeous place. How are we doing tonight, Drew?
I'm good, and I'm a lot better because I just saw this comment early on starting to show off hot. Elliott just bet his life savings on a Bengals alternate total wins over 16. These men are hot. I don't know if he's talking about the Bengals or how attractive we are, but either way, I like the energy that we're starting off with.
Yeah, one might say we are handsome as well, so that you could interpret that any way.
Some people don't, though. I was told today that I am a piss stain on the Bengals fan base, and that person is not happy that I exist.
Was this a burner account or like a known entity?
Some dude with a cat as his profile picture. The burners were fired up today, baby, and it made me feel good. I had a little juice in me. I'm like, football's back, baby. The burners are back. Because I posted this shirt, actually.
Yeah. Oh, shout out. Yeah, that's no
LFG
free ads,
Cincy.
but I got one too. LFG Cincy. I appreciate that shirt.
The back.
Can you show the back? Show the back. Legit. Unbelievable. This product contains winning. Winning is an addictive substance. Legit shirt from a legit friend of the program in LFG Cincy. I know, Drew, you got a lot of stuff from them. I got a few things from them. Thanks, man. We appreciate when people send us that kind of stuff, and we'll always post it. But
some people call me a fashion influencer.
Yeah. Well,
the shorts at the game Saturday. Shout out Brandon Murphy.
Yeah.
Dropped a picture of us with the shorts on. I think it may be the official tailgating uniform of 2024.
Yeah, you guys look good. The thighs were on point. You had a very good power stance, I thought. So for me, it was a win all around. Striped shorts, you know what I mean? There we go, Nick. Like the stream.
Yes,
E-Train. E-Train, guys, that's he's a professional. Elliot in there in the chat.
Very professional media expert.
Yeah,
weatherman.
Yeah, he is the Walter Cronkite of his generation. A lot of Reds coverage. Those guys over there at Chatterbox are wild men. So okay, well,
Justin Kinner hates the Bengals, though. It's getting rough over there. Yes. Breezy with the thumbs up. Breezy was actually at the game with me on Saturday.
Yeah,
we sat there together, drank maybe too many beers together, and had a good time.
Okay. So before we get in, there's a lot going on. Twitter was ablaze today, obviously. Talk about the game, man. Was it fun? Like, did you guys have a good time?
It was so fun, dude. And I have almost always been pretty anti going to preseason.
Sure.
I think until the last couple of years when I've been at all the home games. So I've got I had season tickets. I got pissed off about Marvin Lewis and let him go. And then 2022, I got involved in the sports book world and all that shit. And people were sending me to games. So I kind of fell back in love with going to football games. And I've always been pretty anti preseason, but this one, Burrow was playing first time since the injury. There was a good amount of buzz. There was 63,000 people at Paycor.
So
it was fun, man. Got to go to the tailgates, drink some beer under the highway. With some cool people. Shout out to Wedge Gordon and Cincy James Kohler. They had me on their shirts, which is ridiculous. I got to link up with some people at the tailgates, go in there, be back in Paycor, had a slice of pizza that was monstrous. And people were pretty impressed because I was wearing the white jersey, came back with no pizza stains. I'm very proud of that.
That's absurd because I have a white Joe Burrow jersey, new edition, edition, covered in Skyline, covered in La Rosa's Pizzeria sauce. like sometimes I'll wash it and I'll still find like cheese on it. I can't keep it clean. I'm like a 5-year-old when it comes to eating in that stadium, and it's because of all the garage beer we end up slamming pregame. But it's good to hear that like you had fun, you met a lot of people. 60,000 plus for a preseason game, and I get there were not that many people there seated in the stands. I get that. That was ticket sales. That's freaking incredible for a preseason game, right? I mean,
yeah, I mean, it was, I mean, dude, and it was kind of cool because we were in like the player family section. We actually ended up with Zach Moss's tickets.
Humble brag.
Not even a humble brag. It's just like, I have to say that to set up this part of the story, you know? And you get into the fourth quarter, it's a tight game. And Logan Woodside's in there playing quarterback, and right next to me is this woman who like didn't talk that much the whole game. She was just chilling, hanging out. And then Logan Woodside gets in the game and she starts cheering. She's like, "Let's go, Logan." Like, she's hyped up. So I'm like, "Oh, like, are you his wife or something?" She was like, "Yeah." And then that last drive, she's fired up. The whole stadium's kind of fired up. Like, people really wanted to win this preseason game. And there was like the ridiculous OPI call or no defensive pass interference call in the end zone that should have gave the Bengals a 1st and 1. So, you know, it was just cool to see like player families around us. Chase Brown, I think it's his girlfriend, was behind us. Kwame Lassiter had some family near us. So like seeing those people like really buy in and getting really hyped up for preseason football because, you know, the person that they love is out there was really cool to see. I've never sat in that section before.
Is it a different? So for me, like you and I, we're dude. Yeah. We have this show and somehow people like to read what we write on Twitter, and it's grown and it's fun and we're having a good time. But like at the end of the day, you and I are regular dudes that sit in regular seats 99% of the time. Like, was it a different feeling? Like, what were they fans? Like, did you feel like they were fans or were they just like, "Oh, that's my husband"? Like, what do you think?
There was a lot of they were all cheering for the team to win, but you could definitely hear a louder cheer from a certain group of people based on who made what play, you know, like Kwame Lassiter making plays. His family was a little bit louder. Chase Brown's, I think it's his girlfriend, maybe fiance, I'm not sure, was pretty hyped up on his carries. So, you know, they're really cheering for that specific person, but they're all cheering and clapping for the team too. But the stadium overall, I mean, when the stadium does like the East-West Who Day chant, one side says who, the other side says day, very loud. People were locked in, really engaged. I mean, it felt – I don't want to say it had the same feel of like a regular season game at Paycor, but it felt like more than a preseason game for sure.
That's sick. That's awesome to hear. I mean, it just means like the fan base as a whole is pumped for the season. It sucked.
I was a little disappointed. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go.
I was really, really expecting the offense to get introduced and everybody to go ape shit.
Yeah. When
they introduced Burrow, but they didn't do introduction. They were just like, here's Zach Taylor and your Cincinnati Bengals, and they all ran out. Okay,
so there was no Tiger. And again, guys, I watched on the moving picture box here at the house. But like there was no tigers and smoke and all the pomp.
There was, but it was just very quick. It was like, here's Zach Taylor and your Bengals. The smoke went off, the whole team ran out, and that was it. I thought we were gonna get like, you know, they introduced the offense one week, the defense the next week. Yeah, I was really jazzed up for that. We didn't get that, but other than that, great time.
Yes, hell yeah, absolutely.
Kay Breezy was locked in.
Rebecca in the comments, it was charged up. I think everyone was psyched to see Joe. Yeah, absolutely right. Because like, what, Jesus, like is he going to play? Is he not going to play? Is he going to take a series? Is he even going to have his helmet on? Then he goes out there, and we'll get into this. Well, I guess we're doing training camp, but let's talk the game a little bit. He goes down to the field, scores a touchdown, hits T. Higgins. There's been crap going on all off season. Are we going to sign him? Is he going to play on the tag? Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. So it's like good to see a healthy wrist throw up a ball to what seems to be happy T. Higgins catching touchdown passes, right?
That deep throw that he threw 45, 50 yards, whatever it was, to the end zone that Higgins almost came down with. It was a great play by the defender, but that was a good ball.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Like he looked sharp, he looked decisive, he didn't look gun shy. I mean, the first play was an RPO where he just pulled it back and fired it over to Higgins. A couple nice plays to Yoshi. Ti got involved, so he was spreading the ball around. And yeah, man, he just looked like Joe Burrow. He looked comfortable. He didn't look gun shy. I kind of wanted to see him get hit, which sounds crazy, but I was kind of looking to see him. I was kind of looking to see him get hit, fall down, and then pop back up. That way,
it doesn't sound crazy. Well, do you know why it doesn't sound crazy? Because he himself is like, I want to go get hit. He says that.
But how do I come away from that game and be like upset that he didn't get hit? It's also a very good thing. He didn't get fucking hit. Like, so yeah, it's a balance. So, you know, he's going to get hit, whether we like it or not. He's going to get hit. And I kind of just wanted to get that out of the way, see him fall down, pop back up, be fine. But that's part of the injury thing. I mean, yeah. The past 2 seasons, to be honest with you, I'm just like clenching, you know, the cheeks get a little bit tighter when he gets hit.
I mean, and we play in the AFC North too. So there's not a lack of opportunity for him to get put on his ass. It is what it is. So
yeah. Ryan Sparks post-military beard is you're not post-military though, but shout out to you, Ryan. Shout out to you and thank you for your service.
No, yeah, I am in the military and I have a beard. You can connect the dots there. John Paps in the comments trying to get me hit with a drone or something like that. I don't know what's going on.
Random ski.
Follow me out.
But it's not a dartboard. Well, it is a stop sign. Oh, that doesn't show
it is. But so I don't want to beat a dead horse here with the preseason game. We lost. I don't give a shit if we lose all 3 preseason games. If we're healthy at the end and we come in and our starters are able to play football. Preseason football is a sham. I don't care. Was there a position group that was playing that you saw live? Right, because I'm watching at home. I go up, get a beer. I miss a play or 2, whatever. That you were like, oh, shit, like these guys are going to ball out this year.
Starting offensive line looked really good. Not a lot of pressure. Burrow didn't get hit. That was good. I was impressed with Dax Hill, and I know it's going to sound like a Michigan thing, but it's really not because he played the whole first half at corner. They're clearly wanting to get him the reps out there and get him used to it. And he looked comfortable, made a nice play on a ball that he almost picked. I think they maybe should have challenged it. I still think he might have picked it.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
But he looked comfortable. He looked fast. He looked decisive. And then Josh Newton also looked really good. Came down with his first pick. He just continued a strong camp into the preseason. And now I see Bradley, shout out Bradley in the chat. He said the same thing. So yeah, Fig got himself a pick.
Oh yeah.
They looked pretty good. And what you have to understand too in preseason though, is like, you can't take a ton from it, good or bad, because it's all vanilla. It's mostly man coverage. There's no zone. So most of the time they don't have any help. They're on an island. Mm-hmm. These guys aren't going to be on islands all year. They're going to run plenty of zone.
Yep.
But you do get a good chance to see some of the one-on-one, man-to-man matchups from a guy like Dax Hill, who's transitioning to corner. And since that game has been taking a lot of first-team reps in practice. And he, like I said, he looked comfortable. He looked decisive. He looked like he belonged. He looked like he knew what he wanted to be. He looked like a comfortable cornerback, and knowing all of the talent and skills that he possesses, I think he runs like a 4.38 40. He's quick. He's good with his hips. He's fluid. Seeing him actually look comfortable out there was a sigh of relief to me, because you know he has the physical tools, but you have to see him do it. Now he's not playing Tampa starters. There's all these things that you can consider from the preseason, but the fact of the matter is the Bengals wanted him to get a lot of reps out there. He did, and from what I saw, watching live and watching some of the tape back, he looked good and he looked comfortable. So it's not like a holy shit, Dax Hill's starting and you have to be too scared. He at least he looked like he belonged.
No, I mean, you draft the guy. I'm yawning. I apologize. You draft the guy. He plays the whole year at and starts at a position, right? Like, and then you bring in talent, right? You bring back Von Bell. You've got Battle. You've got other guys back there to play. You roll an uber talented player down into another defensive back position, and you know he can do it. Hey, shit, man. if anything, worst case scenario, he turns out to be extremely athletic depth. But I think it'll end up being more than that. So it was good to see him. It was good to see Newton get his pick. Oh God, Chris, why are you doing this? Look, this is a family program, so I'm gonna hold my tongue on Jackson Carman. But
we're gonna be positive today, and we're just gonna say that it's not something that we want to discuss.
Look, no, okay, hold on. DB's awesome. Looking forward to it. Great. Jackson Carman should be selling used cars right now. That's where I'm at on Jackson Carman. I just said I wasn't going to say anything, but I love the Bengals. I love all players. I hope every player that comes through our hallowed stadium and grounds and locker room has a long, healthy career and is successful at whatever they endeavor to do. I think the team knows that. I think the team knows that guys like Drew and I are fans, but also sometimes you got to call a freaking spade a spade. Carman, it's year what? 4? It's year 4?
Yeah.
I mean, let's go, buddy. Last year was you and I talked about this. Last year was the year for him to shit or get off the pot, right? Now I think he missed the pot and shit all over himself. Like that's where I'm at. Like I apologize for the colorful language to the millions of viewers watching right now, but I'm done with it. The experiment's over. It's time to either sign somebody else or just cut sling and move on. Like I'm done with it.
Gatto Baby with a comment back to DBs real quick. He's curious to see if they pick up Dax Hill's option after this year, and that's a very good point because you're looking at a corner room that's got Cam Taylor-Britt coming up to be extension eligible. Dax Hill, they got to decide if they're going to pick up his option. If he's good, they could have another year of a relatively cost-controlled good corner. So that is something big to watch. Couple people asked to discuss Matt Lee. Ryan Sparks wants to talk about Matt Lee. Bradley wants to talk about Matt Lee. He looked good at center. I think the Bengals have their for sure backup center. No more Trey Hills. He looked like he belonged on an NFL football field last Saturday. He played well, got kind of bumped up, started taking reps with the twos. People are always worried a little bit about his size coming out, a little bit smaller guy, but he held up well. He looked like a rookie to an extent, but he looked like somebody that belonged on an NFL football field. And I think it's somebody that we could be, based on that, you could be comfortable if he had to come in for Ted Karras. You don't want him to. Yeah. And we'll see more this coming Saturday and probably the 22nd against the Colts. But he looks like a solid piece to the offensive line. And that's something that we've really got to start looking at because the offensive line depth is getting a little bit beat up. I'm going to go ahead and bring this up a little bit earlier than I was going to before, but had some injury concerns at the joint practice today. As you can see, this tweet from Paul Dehner Jr., professional, big-time journalist. Orlando Brown, fine. Mims obviously dealing with a strained pec, which kind of came out of nowhere after he had a good preseason debut on Saturday night. Then Trent Brown leaves during 11-on-11 drills about halfway through with lower back tightness. Deontay Smith left on a cart with an air cast. Don't know the severity of that, but obviously the words cart and air cast don't inspire much confidence. So hopefully he did put out a tweet earlier, said all glory to God. Don't know what that means. I don't know if that means he avoided serious injury or if he's counting on his faith to get better. I don't know.
He tweets that daily. I think that's a daily tweet from him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then Cody Ford took over at right tackle. So we were to the Cody Ford thing. And I mean, there's a lot of Cody Ford talk lately, but it's not really been related to football.
You're in the wrong program if you want to talk about Cody Ford and this shit.
I mean, I have an opinion on that, but I'm not going to give it.
Girl, let's talk about it. Girl, what you think? How it's
that chick's victim tour just has to end at some point, right?
Dude, I'm gonna just dodge it. I'm gonna dodge the question.
I mean,
get canceled here, dude. Okay, Orlando Brown, all good, great. Amarius Mim, strained pec. I mean, I hate that. I really hate that. I saw some tweets about Amarius and people saying like this was the worry. Like, okay, whatever, dude. He's good. A couple weeks. Hopefully, it's not a nagging thing. Trent Brown's lower back has been a thing in the past, right?
Yeah, and this is what we're looking at. There's a comment up here that I wanted to get to
Good.
when we
Yeah,
discussed this. And we're just doing it a little bit earlier than I thought. I
it's
gotta
okay.
scroll up a little bit. Active chat night. We appreciate the hell out of
Love it.
that. So it's gonna take me a second to find
Love
this
you guys.
comment.
Yeah,
Lots
you
of
guys.
comments coming in.
The chat is like the lifeblood of this show.
It
Sometimes,
really is.
during the off season when there's not a lot going on, you guys make this show. We sit here and word vomit to you, but you guys make this show. You got the comment
It was
ready?
it was from Mike Cannon, screen cap legend. Really counting on you, Mike, to have some good screen caps of me doing dumb stuff after this. Does Trent Brown smell like Collins with the lower back soreness right now? No OTA, not a real camp, comes up lame. So with that is actually kind of a comparison. That's actually kind of a comparison I was going to draw, but not necessarily in a bad way.
Yeah.
They signed Lyle Collins. He had issues with the back, I think a hip. There were issues that he had coming into his signing that we were aware of.
Yep.
We're kind of aware of Trent Brown being a guy that misses time, has some injury issues. And then what you saw with Lyle Collins that year was missed practices, vet days off, and people were kind of concerned. But the offensive line also got rolling, and they went on a 10-game win streak that year, and Lyle Collins was playing damn good football, and then nobody cared if he was missing practice.
Absolutely.
So you may look for the same kind of situation with Trent Brown, probably going to get vet days. Lower back gets tight. He's got to step out of 11-on-11 work. Like, it is a little bit concerning just because we have this PTSD of having no offensive line depth.
Absolutely.
And offensive line depth haunting us in the biggest of moments as a fan base. So I put out a tweet. I was like, I'm a little bit concerned. People are like, you're freaking out. I'm like, well, I'm conditioned to freak out about the depth of the Bengals offensive line because it's caused so many issues. I think that you may be looking at a Lyle Collins type situation where he's going to get days off. Yeah, he may not practice as much as we want to see it, but if he can go out there on Sundays, put it together and play solid football, keep number 9 upright, all's going to be right in the world.
No, I got hate too because I retweeted professional mega journalistic star Paul Dehner Jr.'s tweet. I think I said none of this sounds good, and people were like DMing me like, "You gotta have faith." Like, come on, I got faith. Like, it was like people freaking the fuck out over that. But I agree with you. It looks maybe like a Collins thing. Like, they're both older, right? That's par for the course. You say it time and time again, Trent Brown's never completed a season, right? Like, it's like, I guess it's just going to happen. Like, I don't know if his back's tight. I guess we can sit here and say, at least it's not exploding. Do you know what I mean? Like, so get tight or get loose, go see the trainer, dude. Chill out. Don't overdo it and be ready for week 1. And then hopefully Mims, couple weeks. What was Mims? 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
Yeah, 3 to 4, maybe 4 to 6, depending on the severity of it and his bounce back. And Alex makes a good comment. I'd rather have Trent Brown than Lyle Collins. Trent has 4 inches and 70 pounds on Collins, as well as 2 Pro Bowls to Collins 0. Absolutely. I'm not drawing like a comparison to their upside as a player. I think Trent has the higher upside,
absolutely,
hands down, than what Collins had when he came to Cincinnati. I just think that you're going to see a pretty similar practice plan for him.
Sure.
And that's
agreed.
What you expect with Trent Brown. He's your stopgap. He's your vet. He's seen all the blitz packages. He's seen what they're going to throw at you, get you ready while you season and get Amarius Mims up to speed and now recovered. So it's okay. I'm not freaking out that he left with lower back tightness today because I think Zach's pretty cautious in the preseason now to like, hey, if something feels a little bit off, just sit down.
Yeah. No,
Burrow was out there last year with a calf wrap on, popped his calf. Things went haywire for 2 months.
And that's what's good. And like you and I put out, like our like default reaction to things is to make a joke, right? We're just wired that way. Like, that's what we do on Twitter. But like, people need to realize that, like, sure, Mims is banged up, but like, that's okay. We're in a great position. That's why we have Trent Brown, right? Mims being hurt is okay. He is not expected to go out there week 1. We are not like, oh crap, our franchise right tackle is screwed. And do you know what I mean? Like, we have Trent Brown. Okay.
You're in an okay spot. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Until you're not, though. Until this is something bigger with Trent Brown.
Sure.
And then we're like, oh shit. Because
Yeah.
are they going to start Jackson Carman or Cody Ford at right tackle week 1 if they both can't go? Then I'm worried. But if Trent's on the Collins plan, like we had said, and can just take a day off here, get the back right, then play Sundays, we'll be just fine. But I don't know if we're in as great a spot, but it's still not a complete meltdown panic mode spot.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you don't need to. We're not jumping out in traffic, guys. We're cautiously optimistic that these guys are going to get healthy and we're going to be okay. So, what else we got? We talked the game. We've talked health of players. We want to move forward to training camp.
Yeah, so there was a joint practice today. Some good comments rolling off in the chat. Chad Waits, love you to death, said he peed his pants watching some of these injuries coming out. Might have shit myself. I'm not rolling it out. You should check on that. Maybe see if you can get any kind of confirmation for what's happening. But sightings of Collins at Kenwood Mall. No, there have been sightings at Lyle Collins at Buffalo Bills camp. He was a Buffalo Bill. Throwing a rookie starting lineup was malpractice. Why are we rushing Amaris? I'm not rushing the guy, but I mean, I would prefer that he would be ready to play if Trent Brown can't, than the Jackson Carmans or Cody Fords of the world. But we'll move on to some more positive news. Got a couple videos that came out of camp today. So it was kind of a weird day. The Bears pretty much asked all of the media not to tweet about the practice during the practice. They closed it off to fans because of inclement weather. It was rainy. It was shitty out. So you didn't get to see a lot of the clips that you normally see. The Bengals posted some stuff, some good stuff that you can get out there. There were some videos that come out, but we got good news on the injury front today. Yeah. Let's watch our boy, the fan favorite, Chuck Sizzle, back at practice, no knee wrap.
That's great to see.
Had to mute the clip because we got flagged on YouTube. There was some music playing in the background that we definitely don't have rights to, so I had to mute it. But Chuck Sizzle is back in the fold, and we just got an update from James Rapine. Chris Evans suffered a torn patellar tendon during practice. He'll miss the entire season.
Are you kidding, bro?
No, that has just come through. That's to my phone from James Rapine.
Oh yeah, he just texted it, didn't he? Shit.
Yes,
okay. So, well, guys, that's the show. We're not canceling the show. I'm not saying that's the show. That's what happens, man. Live action. That is horrible news. That sucks. That really sucks, man.
It does. That's going to open up another spot probably in the kick return game. I think that's where Evans was primarily going to be, was a special teams role. He goes back with Travion to return kicks primarily. He had that big game against Detroit in 2021, scored a touchdown in that big win against the Chiefs in 2022 at Paycor, and then just something has happened where he hasn't seen the field. Regardless of his place on the roster or whatever, you hate to see that for anybody. Don't want to see guys lose their whole season, and what that could do down the line for their livelihood. So that is the breaking news that just came out. Shout out to him. Hopefully he can recover and bounce back quickly. Been a fan of that guy for a long time after watching him play at Michigan. So hope the best for him.
Yeah, running back room's okay. Don't take my reaction. I just hate seeing guys injured. Don't take my reaction as thinking the running back room's affected. It just sucks to see a guy injured. What were you talking about before that news came in? I might.
Yeah, that's a shocker too. It's like a bang, like shit.
Oh, Charlie Jones.
Chuck Sizzle's back. Knee not wrapped up.
Oh, what the hell is that? What's that red thing?
Oh my God, we got a $50 super chat. Michael Rolfe, you're a madman.
What's that mean?
Oh baby, forgot you guys got super chats. I wanted to fight some lady on Twitter. Explain to smart people why Jamar Chase was a better pickup than Sewell. Love you guys. That means that Michael Rolfe just sent us $50, and that is far too kind, and we do not deserve it, but we are appreciative of it.
Michael Rolfe,
thank you. We do appreciate it. He said in the chat he was arguing with a lady on Twitter saying that the Bengals should have drafted Jamar Chase or Penny Sewell over Jamar Chase because of the Jamar Chase contract situation. But that lady must not understand that Penny Sewell signed for $28 million a year in Detroit. Great picks. Probably couldn't have gone wrong either way, but I promise you The Bengals are not in that Super Bowl if they draft Penei Sewell over Jamar Chase that year, because Burrow is like the Ferrari, and then Chase is the supercharger that got them there. So
car reference, love it.
That's an argument people need to let die. And if she's making that argument based on the financial side of things, Penei Sewell is making $28 million a year in Detroit right now. Yeah. So probably would have been in the same boat, probably wouldn't have been extended by now. Yeah. So she's not really too sure what she's talking about. I feel like I should leave that comment up there for just the rest of the show, because that is just 50. Far too much money to pay us.
Yeah, Mike, thank you. That's so generous. Appreciate that.
Generous. We are appreciative. Yeah. We love you to death, but
hell yeah,
man.
Hell yeah. Before that, dude. Okay. So Chris Evans, and then someone drops a 50 burger on us, but, fucking Chuck Sizzle, baby. Back in business. Chuck Sizzle looks good, moving around, catching balls. I mean, it's good. It's good to have that option of him coming in. A lot of people still think he's undersized and is going to get beat up, yada, 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 whatever. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen on that front. It's good to have a talented player back out there catching passes from Joe Burrow.
Yeah, absolutely. While we're on the subject, just to keep things going, Roger asked when the memberships start. We are eligible for memberships right now, which would get like special emojis, and you'd have an icon next to your name. I don't know what to do though, because I feel like, what do we do that's worth charging anybody money?
Nothing, bro. Nothing.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be like, yeah, you can pay $5 a month and get like special emojis and stuff. But like, I don't know that we deserve you to put a recurring payment on your credit card for $10 a month, whatever it is for us.
I don't think
we can do it. I just don't know. Like, if I ask somebody like to spend money on our content, I want to make sure that I give them something that's worth that money. Not to say that we're not funny and sometimes even smart on here, but I feel bad asking people to spend money.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, unless we do like your reverse OnlyFans idea or something, like
that's a cash cow.
It really is. It's like genius. I wonder if anybody's doing that out there. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the hell we charge people for, dude. We're just two idiots with microphones.
Well, the money would go. The money would go back into this. Yeah. It would not. It's not going to pay my mortgage or anything. Any money that we earn from this through super chats, through memberships, if we get that way, is going to go into giving stuff away. It's going to go to a charity, or it's going to go back into the show. It's not going to like go to my bar tab or anything.
No, yeah, God, no, yeah, we're not in this. We're in this for the love of the game, people. We just love doing this, so that's why.
My wife says we could do live Q&As. I guess we could. We could do member only streams now. I do know that on members only streams on a channel, you can say more things without getting in trouble from YouTube because it's behind a paywall.
Yeah.
But this came up a month or so ago, and we are just not smart enough to figure anything out yet.
Exactly. Yeah.
But that is on the table. But Devin wants to be a member, start it up. I'll look into it tonight. What the tiers are, what we can provide for them. We'll put our heads together. We'll come up with something.
Yeah, heck yeah.
But that man, I can't believe that somebody just sent us $50. That's
it's not like world beating money, but still, like, dude, that's like, holy crap! You just sent us 50 of your real dollars that you earned,
hard earned money.
What the hell? Like, you did not need to do that. Thank you, very much. What else is coming out of this practice, man? We talked injuries. We talked Chucky Sizzle out there catching balls again. I think you got a couple other clips, or at least one more.
I should go to Besker Parts with bigger more power fits to change his truck tires. Okay. Go to, I think maybe better parts for, I don't know if that means proper lift for dude to change his truck tires. Oh, that's because he saw me almost die because I had a 2-ton jack on a 1500 Ram stacked on top of bricks. I was going to try to jack my truck up to change the tires, and I almost died, so I had to go buy a new jack.
Saturday?
No, this is a couple months ago when I put the new tires on my truck.
I was like, dude, call me. Oh
no, this was a while back when I was putting new tires on my truck, but he saw that. Members only meetups. I don't know if we could do members only meetups, because what am I going to do? Like, tell somebody like, get the fuck out. You're not a member. You can't.
Yeah. Sorry. Where's your
I don't know how that would work.
Oh my God.
Show me your subscription or get the hell out.
Could you imagine if we thought we were that important? Like, yo, bro, you got your wristband on? Nah, dude, you gotta leave.
Somebody called me a piss stain like 5 hours ago.
Yeah.
You know? So,
Jesus Christ. Like we are not that. Yo, let's talk football. Let's talk football.
back to football.
Yeah,
Update. He did not poop. He did not shit his pants. Thank you. Good to hear.
Good.
All right, football. We're here to talk about football, all right?
All right. What else we got out of this Bears practice? Like it was wet, it was rainy, dog shit wet, sucked. Like
bad.
Yeah. Like what do you have a couple more clips or at least one more, right?
Yeah, I got this Burrow throw to Irwin that he scored on, and because as bad as the weather was, and as much as it might suck, and you worry about guys getting hurt, it's actually good work in the elements because you play in the AFC North. Everybody's got an outdoor stadium. You play in the AFC. You got to go places where it's cold, rainy, and shitty. Week 1 last year in Cleveland was miserable because the rain just hovered above the stadium and poured. So it does kind of stink to have that, but you get a nice throw from Burrow, wet ball, good spiral, hits T.I. for a touchdown. I thought it'd be worth everybody taking a look at.
Oh, dude. Do you know what that reminds me of? You remember that flea flicker he caught?
Yeah, against Cleveland that one year.
It was like, down the middle. He was wide open. That kind of reminds me of that. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, and again, folks, the sound is not there because we don't own sound. Apparently, the FBI will raid our houses if YouTube puts a strike on us. So
there's music behind the videos that they're playing in practice that would flag us for copyright.
And they'll get you. It's like 2 layers removed and they'll still get you. That's good though, to see Burrow able to hit people in the elements and receivers able to hold on to the ball in the elements. I know there were a lot of drops during this joint practice by talented players on both sides of the ball. That's going to happen in practice, and it's going to happen in a very wet, rainy practice period. But
interceptions in joint practices aren't always a cause for concern because Burrow did a interview with The Pivot the other day. They were talking about him learning a new offense with Pitcher now at the offensive coordinator position. And he said it's not really a new offense, but there is new terminology and there are new wrinkles that they're adding. They're probably trying things against a defense that hasn't seen them. You know, they've been practicing against each other for damn near a month now. So they're probably trying some new things against a defense that hasn't seen them. Maybe a guy's in the wrong spot. Maybe Burrow makes the wrong throw. But you're trying these things against a live defense in a setting where it's not going to be put on film for the whole league to see, like a preseason game could. So, like, I'm not overly sweating, training camp picks.
Oh no, well, the practice and training camp. That's like
no cramps.
Not France. That's the time where Burrow's like, I think I can squeeze that in there. Fuck it. And he, you know what I mean? Like those are the balls he throws up and it gets picked and he goes, okay. Won't do that during a game. Like this is the time to make mistakes. That's why when I see like journalists even like post this stuff out, like, and of course the aggregators tweet out like, oh, this person looked bad, 2 interceptions in practice. What will the Bengals do? Like it's of course those guys. But like when I see like accredited journalists tweet stuff out, I'm like, okay, whatever, dude, it's practice. Who gives a shit? Like, and this is where you get that out of your system. So,
Gatto says that interview with The Pivot made him think. Ron, tell your wife we're going live next week. Imagine those two just telling the other side of this.
I can't. I would lose. It would. The world would cancel me. Also, Victoria, wow, you can't send $50 like our other friend. Come on, geez. Tell your wife quit being cheap.
The comment I was looking at, Gatto said random, but the way Joe talked in that interview for sure made me think he's for sure a single man. I didn't get that, but ladies, if you're watching, there's no Sam Hubbard behind Ron, so I don't know if that many ladies are watching besides my wife. But if Joe Burrow wants to take my wife on a date, that's cool.
Fair game. Go for it, dude. Absolutely.
Fair. I get it. Totally understand.
100%.
Totally understand. But I will get you for child support because
pay
it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be driving a brand new car. So I
didn't pick that up, but maybe he is. I don't know. But yeah, man, Trey Hendrickson looked good today before I let us get completely off track again.
Too late.
Trey Hendrickson was getting into the backfield. There's that one where it looked like he kind of just touched Caleb Williams on the head because obviously you're not going to hit the quarterback in a group practice. But he looked good, so he looks like he's locked in.
Yeah, he's like the professional psychopath. Like he's always going to be locked in. It's good to hear. Do we dare just rip the Band-Aid off and speculate as to why Gunther just retired? So we've got some D-line holes we need to fill already.
There is some holes on the D-line.
I mean, depth-wise, right? Depth-wise, we need another interior guy at some point, but then a guy ups and retires, and we don't know why. I'm not going to sit here and actually speculate. That was a joke. I God bless him. Hope it's okay. Unless, I mean, has something been tweeted out and I haven't seen it? Do we know why?
I have not seen a reason why.
Okay. I'm sure insiders do.
Some people have speculated that there was something going on. Maybe health-wise in his family, but I don't want to speak on that because it's not my place. Yeah. I don't know. But when a guy up and retires a couple of days after a preseason game, you always wonder if everything's okay. And obviously, hopefully it is. Life is more important than football. We hope he's okay. But from the football side, it does open up some more holes on what's already maybe a pretty thin defensive line. And Mike Rolfe just sent us $10 more. You got to answer the question. That's Mike. The way this game goes. You've got to answer this. That's the way the game works.
Mike, first of all, keep your money, dog. Quit it. We love you to death, but please keep your hard-earned money. I just pissed my pants. It's right there in the seat. There's a puddle beneath me every game. I just pissed myself. No, it's the suits. So the suit pants are actually black tactical pants. So there's a zipper and everything. I have foregone the very large groin armor piece for this very reason. It was very hard to pee out of that. Never mind. I'm not going to make that joke.
What if somebody wants to kick you in the nuts though? Cause you made them mad on Twitter. Now you don't have your armor.
Yeah. There's a lot of those people. No, but there's a zipper. There's a zipper, Mike. And I pee just like you pee. So,
Mike, you're cut off. You're at $60 for the night.
Yeah,
you're cut off. Yeah. We appreciate it. We love you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're cut off.
Yes.
Random because we are past the preseason game, but Victoria talking about the camera loving her. According to most persons, Drew and I were on the Jumbotron and TV. That is what I heard. I did hear I was on the Jumbotron and TV. Did not see it, but sources on the internet told me that I was there and my Cincy hat looked crisp and white.
I swear to God, somebody tweeted out a picture of you guys on the Jumbotron. I'll have to hunt for it. I thought somebody
missed
did.
It.
Because you guys, again, we're talking about the Bears practice, but you guys were sitting pretty low. I'm in pretty good seats, so that was good. Dude, again, not to speculate why Gunther retires. God bless him and his family. I hope everything's okay. I hope it's just like, you know what, this is my decision. I think I'm done. But like the defensive line as a whole, was Gunther going to come in and get 12 and a half sacks this year? No, probably not. Right. But like the defensive line as a whole now, from a depth perspective, we need it. We need a guy, right? I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, I think they still need some defensive tackle depth. With McKinley Jackson still banged up, they still don't have a bona fide run stuffer. On the roster, I feel. And I said the Bengals should have explored Tier Tart when he became available again. But John said might be the answer. Terrible locker room guy, I heard, though. He actually signed with the Chargers today, as Ryan Sparks in the chat point out. But I think he's got to be, right? Because it took him forever to sign. The Bengals had him in for a visit. Doesn't sound like they had a great impression of him. They didn't really move to sign him. It took him a while after that to sign with the Dolphins, and now he's cut again. So it seems like he just may be a culture nightmare for what the Bengals have. And they have Jamar Chase going on, T. Higgins going on. If anything's still going on with Trey Henderson, I don't know. But so you already had maybe some stuff that people are going to pick at and take shots at and try to create something out of. So if you think Tart's going to be a problem in the locker room, you just avoid it. And I think that's where it's at. It's got to be that.
It's almost better to be on the hunt for a guy than to bring in a piece of shit. Like, I'm not saying Tart's a piece of shit, but it's
allegedly
better.
Beats women might be piece of shit per K Breezy.
Oh, didn't know that. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's better to be searching for a guy than bringing in a piece of shit. But like overall, like good dude, they got to find somebody to stack in there in the middle depth. We saw it during the first preseason game. I don't really give a shit who it is as long as they're not a poison in the locker room. 100%, right? I mean, a body is going to be a body in the NFL. I don't want man, we friggin' Chris Jenkins is hurt, or gosh darn it, I'm blanking. Defensive tackle signed. Help me out.
Rankins?
Yeah,
Sheldon
I don't want Sheldon Rankins is banged up, and we're relying on the milkman to come in there and hopefully stop Derrick Henry on the 2-yard line. You know what I mean? Like, we just can't do it. Cannot do it. So,
and hopefully McKinley Jackson gets back because he's got the body of a true nose stuffer.
Yep.
Because
Big
Sheldon
guy.
Rankins, as good as he is, Sheldon Rankins is going to be great as a 3-tech.
Yeah,
he's going to be great rushing the passer from the interior, something the Bengals have sorely needed for a couple years now. But he's not the run stuffer that DJ Reader is.
No.
We're going to see a lot more BJ Hill. I love BJ Hill in a rotation. Haven't seen him as like your primary defensive tackle though. So there's work to be out on that. And just like you like to have a fresh rotation of defensive ends where you can sub in an Osai or a Miles Murphy for a Hendrickson or a Hubbard and keep their legs fresh, you want that on the defensive side of the ball too, because you don't want to get gashed against the run again all year long. It's terrible. It sucks. I hate watching games where you can't stop the run. So that's something that they still have to definitely look out for. You know, you've had the injury to Cam Sample. You've had the retirement of Jeff Gunter. So like things are taking a hit now. The Davis from the UFL who got called up, he's got a real shot to make the roster now. He's going to have more reps here in camp and in the preseason to prove himself. So they've got it there. There's not a ton of guys on the free agent market that you're going to look into at this point anyway. So you're really just hoping somebody that's already in the building can step up.
It's really like, that's the reason we need a guy is because it's not just DJ Reader there anymore, right? It's not like, oh yeah, we got a guy. We got a guy that does that. Now we've got a group of guy or a committee. It's going to be interior defensive line by committee that's going to handle business, right? So like you got to bring in a guy because Reader's gone. You know what I mean? We don't have that bona fide. Yep, we can rely on him every time. You know, not to say the guys we have now are unreliable, but just a different interior defensive line this year. So
there's not a proven commodity. Is what it is. Jake says he's recovering from kidney surgery. Was not aware of that.
Didn't know that. Yeah.
Shout out to you. Hopefully you get to feeling better. He's been Mike's been pushing something for weeks. I clicked the wrong comment. Vibing recovering from kidney surgery. Shout out to you, Jake. I hope things are well. I did not know that was happening.
Yeah.
And we did get Devonta Maxwell back, 37 sacks in college as a DT and defensive tackle.
Crazy.
Just wait. Ryan with the just wait. I hope you're correct. I want to see that. I want to see that happen. And Nick makes a good point. They'll definitely be watching roster cuts. They'll be watching guys that get cut in camp, and when final cut down day comes, they'll probably be active with that.
That happens. I mean, that happens. Teams cut guys, and it's not necessarily always because of talent. It's just like some teams have an abundance of talent at a position, and you end up picking up their crumbs, and they end up lighting it up in your squad. So,
yeah, that could 100% happen. Devin says any sort of bad feelings fans have right now would go all away with a Jamar extension announcement. No inside sources.
None.
Am not an NFL insider. Cannot state this enough. I said something earlier that I heard from somebody who had the plug. I didn't say what. People are like, oh, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Blah, blah. No inside information on this. My personal feelings. I think it gets done before week 1. My stance on that has changed in recent weeks. People freaked out. He wasn't at practice Tuesday. He traveled with the team to Chicago. He was there today, out in the rain all day, not practicing, but he was there. Something tells me it happens. And another good comment from Delaroth, Chris, man, the comments move so fast. I just pulled up one about Percocets. Sorry, I meant to click this one. Retirement open a slot for Njung Meta. Dude was all over the field on Saturday. He looked really good, and they could carry an extra linebacker if they wanted to and not fill that defensive tackle spot. if they wanted to. So that is something to watch because that guy was all over the field on Saturday. I'm excited to see him get some more run on this coming Saturday.
Did he hit double-digit tackles, or was it just he was like flirting with it, like solo tackles? Wasn't it like 6 to 10 or some crazy shit?
Yeah, he was up there. I don't remember the exact number.
I don't remember. I remember,
but it was up there.
I remember reading the number and going, "Who is this guy?" So yeah, that's good to see some talent, unnamed talent, getting in there and hitting the ball.
We did discuss Chris Evans. Chris, we got the breaking news alert while we were live, so we did hit that. Alex with the phonetic spelling. Mumajong Meta is apparently how you pronounce it, so that is good to know. I like phonetic spelling. I like to learn how to say things right because I don't want to disrespect anybody's family name by mispronouncing it. And Chris said he did have 10 tackles, so he did hit double digits. So yeah, guy that has definitely got a shot to make the roster, and with some of the changes and losses on the defensive side, that could be it. We need a breaking news screen. I need to get better with a lot of layouts.
Oh, what? Yeah, that's too many buttons to click, guys.
Things could be getting very cool and exciting here soon.
All right, so we've hit Burrow looking good. I mean, we've talked Dax Hill, lack of defensive line depth, Gunther's retirement. We talked last show about Jermaine Burton absolutely lighting it up. K Breezy in the chat saying this show stinks. Appreciate the love always. What else is going on, right? We're going into a game with the Bears. You have a tweet, whatever, a post from a Bears talking head, right? Can you post that?
I do.
mean, it's from the practice, right? Like, so this, we've talked Bengals perspective, and sometimes we like to go to the other side and get the perspective of the other team. Probably you'll see it this season. We might have guests on from Browns Twitter or Steelers Twitter or whatever, just to get their side of everything. But so this is Adam John's Lego emoji picture, whatever the fuck.
I checked though. I saw this and I was like, "Is this guy real?"
Yeah,
he's a Bears writer for the Athletic, so he's a legitimate person.
All right.
I was like, it was like, this is a popular tweet, but this dude's got a Lego picture.
Who knows?
I look. He writes for the Athletic in Chicago. He's the real.
Yeah, it's like is this Dov Kleiman or some shit? But whatever. Notes from a rainy Bears Bengals joint practice. Both first team defenses won the 2-minute periods. Caleb Williams with a touchdown to DJ Moore and Keenan Allen. Second team red zone period. Kevin Byard, Greg Strawman Jr. both intercepted quarterback Joe Burrow, right? So there's positive news out of their camp. But take all this with a grain of salt, right? Because it's practice. We've already said it's practice. This is where you thread the needle a little further than you would in a game. You know what I mean? And try to make that throw in a game or in a practice that you wouldn't make in a game. So like these multiple interceptions, I think it was 3, right? And during the practice, 3 total at the end of it all.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, right? Caleb Williams getting loose. That kid's good. He's going to get loose, but we'll see come preseason game Saturday, correct? Is it Saturday?
Saturday, 1 p.m.
1 p.m. Saturday. Okay. In Chicago, obviously, folks. So obviously neither of us will be there. But we'll see come game time who plays, how it all shakes out. You know what I mean? But don't sweat this. And I don't know, man. I guess respect the guy with the Lego profile picture. I'm in a freaking Star Wars suit in mine, so I can't talk too much shit.
I'm just pounding a beer, so in mine. There was a comment in here from
yours is sick.
I thought for sure was Kevin Brown's girlfriend. Turns out she has a whole husband, and they're just good friends. She asked how my dad was doing. Been feeling good this week. Going to the doctor tomorrow, expecting some good news. Got some good looking words that were typed by a doctor that I Googled and sound good. And tomorrow he's going to say them to us and hopefully confirm what I think. So I appreciate you asking, but he's hanging in there.
Yep. Love it.
Kevin says this show stinks. Absolutely correct.
Mm-hmm.
Nick said, "Wow, Breezy." He said, "If you don't get the McAfee reference, that is a McAfee thing. They always say the show stinks," and it's true with ours. Don't forget to like the stream. We would appreciate it. We're about to start wrapping up. Click the like button. Send it to somebody. Ruin their day. It's all good.
Absolutely, absolutely. What else you got realistically here? That's what's going on, folks. Like that's what you got. Another comment?
Michael Rolfe. He's earned it. I got to bring it up. Can
Oh,
we talk about Trent Brown's tattoo and how your wives would react if you came home with something even remotely similar? So
I'd be committed.
for those of you that don't know, Trent Brown has a tattoo on his arm of himself with two women in his lower region. Is how I'll describe it for, family show, kid show.
Yeah.
But if I were to come home with a tattoo of something remotely similar, you would be seeing me do this show from a tent underneath a bridge, probably from my phone, until my phone got shut off is probably how it would go. So
it would be,
I have some dumb tattoos. Don't get me wrong. There's some stupid shit on my body. I have a tattoo of Eazy-E that I got in a living room of a house party in a not desirable area of Dayton. I could tell you guys stories of my life from about 16 to about 24 that you would not believe.
Oh God, that's the paid subscription. Just us telling stories from our lives. Oh my God.
But I have seen, been a part of some crazy things, but I am not brave enough to come home with even something remotely similar to that tattooed onto my body.
It would be a big tent because I would be sitting right next to you on whatever air mattress we could scrounge up from the other homeless people we beat up and stole it from. She came into my
life at 25. Yeah, she fixed me right up. She
she
bought herself a fixer-upper and put in the work.
Absolutely. All right, we're hitting the 50.
I can't show the Eazy-E tat because I'd have to show my foot, and that's not free. But maybe I'll post a picture of it.
That's behind a paywall, ladies and gentlemen. His feet. We're at the 55-minute mark. We've talked about our feet. We've talked. Drew knows a couch in the woods. I'm sure there's a story there. I'm not going to ask about it.
Yeah, I used to smoke weed on a couch in the woods when I was younger.
We've talked training. We've talked joint practice. We've talked injuries. You got a live unfortunate update from our friend and colleague. That seems funny to say. Coworker James Rapine on Chris Evans' unfortunate patella injury. We're talking about the game coming up. Season is about to be in full swing, folks. We've got a lot of fun stuff on the horizon here for the show. Like, subscribe, stay tuned because it's about to get real fun, folks.
Oh, so. Ben's here. Hold on.
Oh,
met Ben in person last week. I believe it was Thursday, actually.
Yep, it was.
He was passing through Dayton on his way to Rough and Rowdy in West Virginia. Told me he was going to stop at the Skyline on Miller Lane about 20 minutes from me. And I'm like, look, Ben Schramm's coming to town. Got to make it happen.
Yeah.
Got to be there.
I was out of
town.
I think
you were gone. You were somewhere you couldn't tell me where you were.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And he says he met me last weekend and he's in love with me. And I appreciate that comment. It was a great meal. I got to watch Ben eat his first Skyline ever.
That's crazy. Considering
magical.
Considering how much we talked to guys like Ben, Breezy, like some of these guys that chat, we talk to daily in the Discord. Go find our Discord, join the Discord. It's this 24/7 with other people chiming in. Considering how much we talk to Ben, the fact that he has never had Skyline is a crazy thing to me. So glad you could pop his chili cherry. Can I say that? Is that inappropriate? I don't know. Very fun. So, my phone's buzzing here. Random phone call.
Ben said the old man was throwing people off. Yeah. Ben has also teased a return to Cincinnati for a game this year. And if that happens, Ben is running the tailgate gauntlet with us.
Oh,
we're going to show Ben.
Oh, yeah. When Ben's in town, you're going to see him on our camera. He will probably be with us. Absolutely. 100%.
Wait, Jake said he got banned. You didn't get banned from our Discord. Discord might have banned you, but we did not ban you from our Discord.
Who got banned? That's my bad buddy got banned. Who got banned?
I think he got banned from Discord as a whole. What did you do to get banned from the entire app?
That is I think that you have to commit like terrorism for that or something. So, Cincy Jake, let's figure your life out, bud.
What did you do? Yeah, he said Discord did, not you.
That's crazy.
What the hell happened, dude?
Well, when you get resuscitated and are alive in Discord again, please reach out so we can get you back in the Discord. We love having you guys there. Again, we have hit the 59-minute mark now. Let's get the hell out of here so these folks can go have a productive night and stop having to stare at our ugly faces. We'll be back, next Thursday with the same crap you listened to today. Got
a game next Thursday.
Yeah. What'd you say?
Bengals have a game next Thursday.
We'll be back sometime next week with the same crap you're hearing tonight. Could be Friday. Who knows? We'll figure it out.
Maybe we just watch the game on here. Who knows?
That would be, oh my God, live game watch. It starts at 7, right?
Yeah, that would be pending some scheduling things that may be happening with my dad that we will learn more about tomorrow. But that is something that is on the table.
Okay,
if we're both available for it.
Yeah, we can
cut the mics on and just stay here. Let me tell you what Rocky Lombardi's doing in the fourth quarter.
Let's figure that out. I think that could be fun. We're not promising it, folks. We'll talk logistics. Maybe we watch an hour of it together or whatever. Have somebody in to talk about it. Mike,
stop it. Stop it.
Stop sending us money, dude. We love you. But all right, Mike, there's going to be a giveaway here probably in the next week, sponsored by Mike here.
It's just going to be Mike giving things away. We're just going to be the middleman. It's all going to come from Mike.
Absolutely.
We love all of you in the chat.
Yes.
Super chats, not super chats, funny comments making fun of my hair like Mike does sometimes, even though I cut it all off. It's gone. We appreciate everybody that spends their Thursday evenings talking football with us. We cannot wait for the regular season. You're actually going to see more of us when the regular season comes around, which is very, very exciting. We love you all. Should we trade Browning to the Vikings? That would be hilarious. Shout out JJ McCarthy, missing the entire year with a torn meniscus. Sam Darnold stinks. Yeah. Maybe it's a guy that they could bring back Browning familiarity. It'd be funny to flip him for some kind of draft asset.
Browning for Justin Jefferson straight up. It's a fair trade. Make it happen.
We can do that. Yeah. We're going to have to restructure a lot of contracts. Shout out Trevor. You're awesome. You love listening to us. We love talking with you. Jake says, is it up to something season? It may be up to something.
It is. Absolutely. Yep.
Can confirm up to something season's on.
Yeah. Stay tuned, folks. Stay tuned. About to get fun.
I love you all. We will see you next week. Thanks for spending your night with us.
It's showtime, baby. Yeah, the boys are ready to go. Cincinnati, you know. Them boys about to flow. Grab a garage beer, let's go. It's Drew and Bang go. Yeah, big place, it's a show. Yeah, big place, it's a show.